Welcome students, welcome for my next video, Standard 8th, topic number 7, Non-Cooperation Movement. Now in this chapter, we are going to see the Gandhian era. In the previous chapter, we saw the contribution of Tilakji, but in this topic you are going to see about the Gandhian era, and we will see how Gandhiji tackled Britishers through non-violence, to the principle of non-violence, truth and satyagraha. Due to the influential leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the national movement became very comprehensive, and this led to the beginning of a new era in the freedom movement. Now, my dear students, we will see young Gandhiji when he was in Africa in 1893, when Mahatma Gandhi went to Africa to study his law, to become a barrister. My dear students, he traveled in a first class compartment where actually the Africans and the Indians were not allowed. The ticket collector, he came to Gandhiji and said, "Sir, you are requested to move out of this compartment because this compartment belongs to the whites, not to the blacks." Gandhiji said, "Sorry, I don't believe in racism. I have taken the first class ticket and nobody can tell me to move out of this compartment because I have a valid ticket." But my dear students, he was humiliated, he was treated very badly, and he was thrown out of that compartment. My dear students, Gandhiji decided that now I am going to fight against this humiliation, not against me, against everyone, what the Britishers are doing. And so he decided that he is going to get justice through satyagraha. Now, my dear students, from Africa, he came to India. He came to India as suggested by Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He traveled throughout India because now there was transport and communication was efficient, trains were available. He traveled throughout India. He saw the misery and the poverty of the people. By seeing it, what did he do? He decided that I am going to fight for my nation. I am going to fight for justice. And so he started staying at Sabarmati Ashram, and he took up a new technique of fighting against injustice or unjust law. And that novel technique was known as Satyagraha. Now, my dear students, we need to know what is Satyagraha. Satyagraha means fighting through non-violence. Satyagraha means patience. We will not fight, or we will not raise our hand, and we will get justice. A person following Satyagraha should never use violence, untruth means. That was the teaching of Gandhiji. And his philosophy was accepted by two other national leaders. One was Sir Martin Luther King, who fought for the rights of the blacks, and also Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Both had only one aim: to fight for justice for the blacks. Now, my dear students, there are several examples in this book which states how Gandhiji used the noble technique of Satyagraha to get justice. One was in Champaran. In Champaran, people were forced to grow indigo, and as they were growing indigo, the planters, they received fixed amount, or they gave fixed amount to the farmers of Champaran. And so people of Champaran decided to do Satyagraha with the help of Gandhiji. They went into Satyagraha, and Gandhiji got success, or Gandhiji got success in getting justice for the people of Champaran, and they were not forced to grow indigo by the British planters. One more Satyagraha which I would like to mention here is Kheda Satyagraha. In Kheda district there was famine, but still Britishers forced the farmers to pay tax. Gandhiji took a lead role, and through Satyagraha, Gandhiji got justice for the farmers, and the farmers did not pay any tax. The tax was waived or suspended by the Britishers. There is one more Satyagraha which happened in Ahmedabad. As we all know, there were mills, and the mill workers were made to work for more than 8 hours. My dear students, mill workers' demands were put forth by their leaders, but their demands were scrapped, or it was not at all considered. Gandhiji, along with few of the workers, went on for hunger strike, and at last they could get justice, and the workers of Ahmedabad, they got their salaries increased. Now, during this moment, my dear students, something happened in India which took the act, or which was in the reaction of violence. That is the Rowlatt Act. A Rowlatt Act was passed in India. According to this act, any Indians committing crime, they would be given punishment without any trial. They would be punished without any trial. They cannot go to the court. And this act, Rowlatt Act, was considered to be a black act, and many people went against this act. They launched hunger strike. Even Gandhiji too. Gandhiji launched a satyagraha against it on 6th April 1919. He appealed to the Indians to follow Hartal all over India against this act. Indians responded to the appeal. Now what I am going to say is something that has happened, is a famous one, that is Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It was the day of Baisakhi. Baisakhi is a harvest festival of the Sikh, or of the Sikh. And so, on 13th April 1919, on the day of Baisakhi, the people of Amritsar assembled in the place named Jallianwala Bagh. General Dyer was a very cruel officer. He came with his armed force. There was only one way to move in and to move out. He covered those places. There was only one gate. He closed down the gate and he fired at the people. He ordered to fire at the people. 1660 rounds, 1660 rounds have been fired. 400 people were killed and many people were wounded. Some people, they didn't wanted to get killed by the bullets of the British officers. So what did they do? They committed suicide by jumping into a well. There is a well, they committed suicide where, hundreds of bodies were found in that Jallianwala Bagh massacre well. Now, my dear students, the General Dyer, whatever he has done injustice against the Indians, but he was not punished. In fact, he was rewarded in England for his loyalty shown to the British Empire. Now, during those days, Britishers used to have one tradition to give the title of Sir. And the title of Sir was given to Guru Rabindranath Tagore. And my dear students, let me tell you, Guru Rabindranath Tagore returned the title of Sir. He says that, by saying that you have massacred, you have killed the innocent people in Jallianwala Bagh. So as a mark of protest, I would like to give it back, the title of Sir, which is given by the Britishers. Now, I would like to speak about Khilafat movement. When I speak about Khilafat movement, the Indian Muslims, they were against the Britishers because the world religious leader of the Muslim, he was in Turkey. The Turkey fought against the Britishers or against the British Empire. So the world religious leader was put behind the bars. So the Muslims in India, they wanted to fight against this act done by the Britishers. So they wanted to oppose. So they planned a Khilafat movement. where Gandhiji, even he came in and he said that let us fight together, let the Hindus and Muslims fight together and get justice for you. And this sign would be the sign of unity between Hindus and Muslims. And so the Khilafat movement was started not as the movement for only for Muslims, but it was a national movement. And this proposal of Gandhiji was accepted by the Indian Muslims, and they together started the Khilafat movement. And this Khilafat movement was a sign shown of Hindu-Muslim unity. Now, my dear students, further we will see how this non-cooperation movement went further. We could see all the people, they were very angry on the Britishers. They were not ready to cooperate. So in 1920, Indian National Congress passed a resolution of non-cooperation movement put forth by Chittaranjan Das. All of them, they were ready to fight against the Britishers. They decided to boycott government office, court, boycott foreign goods, government schools and colleges, and they decided to start the non-cooperation movement under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. It was a question for them, who will lead? So it was decided that it would be led by Mahatma Gandhi. And so, under his leadership, non-cooperation movement was started. Now, during this time, in 1921, there was a visit of Prince Wales, and he was welcomed by organizing a hartal, lonely road, closed shops. This movement spread from planters in Assam to rail workers in Bengal, and this bring the movement under control of the British government, undertook suppressive measures. In February 1922, police opened fire on a peaceful procession at Chauri Chaura in Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. People got angry and they have set the police station. They have set fire in a police station where 22 policemen were killed. Gandhiji was hurt. On 12 February 1922, Gandhiji suspended non-cooperation movement. Now, my dear students, from here you could see something has to be done, or else the Britishers were not ready to give us freedom. After the suspension of the non-cooperation movement, Gandhiji was arrested in 1922 because he wrote anti-national article in Young India. Special court was set up at Ahmedabad, where Gandhiji was sentenced 6 years rigorous imprisonment. Then what happened? We could see there was Swadeshi movement, there was Hindu-Muslim unity, prohibition of alcohol, untouchability, removal of untouchability, then use of khadi, national education. All these constructive programs were there. Now, my dear students, during this time, they wanted a party to be formed where they could fight from within the legislature. So Swaraj Party was formed, And under Swaraj Party, in the Central Legislative Assembly, Motilal Nehru, Madan Mohan Malviya, Lala Lajpat Rai, N.C. Kelkar, all these people, uh, they were elected, and they started fighting from within the Legislative Assembly. You know, so what happened? You know, they decided that these Indians, they were fighting vigorously. So they decided to send a commission, and that commission was known as Simon Commission. The reform was introduced by Montague-Chelmsford Act in 1919, which was unsatisfactory. So under the commission, under the chairmanship of Sir John Simon, a commission was set up where not a single Indian was included. So in 1928, when this commission arrived in India, this commission was welcomed with black flag. Simon, go back. And this protest was under the leadership of Sri Lala Lajpat Rai ji. He was badly injured because Britishers, they started lathi charge. Later on, Lalaji died. Now what happened? Now the Britishers said, you please draft a report and present it to the Britishers. We will see that we will give you the independence. So, with that intention, they drafted. Pandit Motilal Nehru was the chairman of this committee, and he drafted a report which was called as Nehru Report. In that report he said, self-government in the colonies of India, implement of adult franchise system, linguistic division of the provisions of the provinces were included. In 1929, this Nehru report is not accepted by the government. Then the civil disobedience movement was started on this background. In 1929, in Lahore session, presided by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, became a memorable in history. You know, there were few young leaders like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose. They said, let us not ask for a partial Swarajya. Let us all ask for Purna Swarajya. Let us ask for complete independence. Let us not ask for partial independence. So, on 31st December 1929, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru unfurled tricolor, and a resolution was passed in which 26 January was declared to be celebrated as Independence Day. On 26 January 1930, people all over the country took the pledge of carrying out freedom movement with non-violent means for attainment of independence of India. Everywhere in the country of the atmosphere was charged with new spirit. And my dear students, let me tell you, the Gandhian era, it was the start of a Gandhian era where we find people, right from common people to the eminent leaders, they were ready to give up life for freedom movement. Right from children to women, you know, they were ready to sacrifice their life to bring in or to get freedom. And with that intention, we could see right from children to women to each and every Indians. They participated in non-cooperation movement. And in the next lesson we will see what was the contribution of Gandhiji further when this non-cooperation movement was suspended, and what all steps he has taken to get the freedom struggle. Thank you, students. Thank you for your patient hearing.